Hi everybody, so welcome back to how to build an offline catalogue customer base with your little money making machines. If you didn't gather by now, this is my baby, this is my passion, and I have loved building my business by getting out in the field with our catalogues and finding our catalogue customers, which are usually very different to an online customer. I have 15 minutes to run you very quickly through a system that works for me and my team. So I hope you checked out the results earlier and hope that you found that a bit of an inspiration. And you know what? If you are a great people person, this then really is for you. So let's get started. It's not going to work. Okay, so there is always more than one advantage to blanket dropping. And as in blanket dropping, you're going to understand that means basically covering all of the houses. It's blanketing the area, and we're going to go into that. But one of the biggest advantages of this is that we're going to be walking, we're going to be getting out, we're going to be getting fresh air. There's lots of people that helps lose weight, reduces stress. So, you know, there's all of those definite add-on advantages that we get as blanket dropping. And you know what? If you go out and you walk your dog every night, or you take the baby in a pram for a walk, why not earn money whilst you're doing that and build yourself a fantastic customer base? So when we first started, we were like secret agents. So I just want to mention this first of all. It's quite scary for some people, and you think, what can be so scary about dropping catalogues through letterboxes? Well, I think sometimes we have that fear of what will the neighbours think, what will they say? And for some people, that is a real fear. The fear of kind of, we imagine almost the worst outcome, don't we? I think for those of you that go out and do this, you'll be most pleasantly surprised. There are some lovely people out there, and we've made some fabulous friendships. But I know when we started, I can remember our sponsors telling us to do on your doorstep, you know, it makes it much easier, and we didn't. And we drove 5 miles away. Please just listen to what I say with this training. It will make it quicker and slicker for you. These customers that you will service from now and forever, as long as you want them to be on your doorstep to make it easier for you. So the first thing that we're going to do is we're going to prepare our catalogue packs. You are going to need your lovely little slip that goes into your catalogue packs, your plastic bags, and your ordering forms. So start by preparing your slips. You will need to personalize them and then get your packs together. I always advise that you put them in this order so that you can see the order form. That way, as you're picking up the packs, you will see whether there is an order or not. Believe it or not, we do sometimes get people that think you are the only person that you've put a catalogue through, and they forget to put their address on. So this is a simple way of checking instead of having to open all of the packs every drive that you go up. So we always suggest with blanket dropping that you to cover as many houses as possible, we suggest leaving it on a tomorrow slip. So leaving them for 24 hours so that you can get your book back really quickly and then cover more houses to find more customers. I always suggest as well having a little logo on that means something to you when you are out collecting your books, reminding yourself what it is that you are doing this for. Maybe it is your family. I know when I first started, I had a little picture of our family. The reason I was doing it was for my family. Some people have palm trees for holidays, wedding rings if they're saving up for a wedding, or maybe a car or house or something like that. But another thing I would mention is keep your slips simple. Less is more. This is a simple slip that we use. It just tells that person what it is that you want them to do with it. People often don't read big long slips where you introduce yourself, and you're going to be reusing the these slips. So, you know, you can have a little bit more on them if you want to. We did, you know, over the time we have done things like put our beauty link on there. We've asked for help, you know, if people want to join also. So, you know, but just keep it really, really simple. Remember that it is your shop window, so keep it clean and tidy. Make sure that you take a cloth with you to wipe them if they get wet. Change the plastic bags regularly so that they don't get holes in. And one of the things that I would suggest is that don't be frightened of using older catalogues for blanket drop-in. I personally believe that it makes far more sense to have more catalogues to cover more houses, and rather than paying £15 for another 40 pack of catalogues to top me up, then I would use old catalogues. Certainly when I'm doing a first drop and I'm likely to lose more catalogues on that first drop. Now, we all do have different plans, so I'm going to very quickly walk through when to go. Okay, so, you know, we have a planner. I plan out with my team when they're going to do their activities for blanket dropping. The first thing to do on this is to cross off your time commitments that you have. So if you work, if you have children's activities and things like that going on, then cross those activities off, cross those times off on your planner, and then together plan with your sponsor or your upline, and you know, when you're going to drop, when you're going to pick up, when you're going to collect your straggler catalogues, when you're going to put the order on. This keeps you really, really organized. And so you can keep things organized, you know, and if you only have an hour a day, you know, if you have half an hour a day, if you go and put 30 books out every single day, and you have a plan to do that, over the week, you're going to get 150 catalogues out. So it is just sometimes working in those little pockets of time. You do not need lots of time to do this. Louis did a fabulous training on planning, so I'm not going to go into much more detail, but it is crucial that you plan, because we know that when we plan, we can manage our time instead of it managing us. Personally, I like to have my plans set out so I know the slots of time that I have got available. So if I'm messaging customers, I know when I'm available. I know when I'm going to go out and do my activities. So where do we go? Have you thought about you doing your first drop? And like I said before, it's really important to stay very local. I always suggest turning out from your front door, turning left or turning right, because it is going to keep it really time efficient for you. One of the things that I always do is I get a map of the area, and this is going to help you to plan not just your first drop, but it's going to be able to help you plan your 3 weeks drop. We work in a 3-weekly cycle, so you want your house ideally in the center of this map here. And you want to divide that map, put a big circle around it and divide your map into 3 areas. This is area 1. We're going to focus on that area in week 1 of the campaign. Area 2 here, we are going to concentrate on the houses here in week 2 of the campaign. And this area, week 3, is our week 3 area. As we are building, we are then going to ripple out and build that customer base solidly on our doorstep. So here you can see this is my road. As I turn out of my house, just staying to the left here and going in and out of the cul-de-sacs as I go, making it really simple and easy to follow. And obviously we don't want to go get flititis or anything like that. So it's really important to keep yourself on track with where we go. Now, with our blanket drop-in, you will have a record of where you go. And it's crucial that we do that in the order that we drop. So write down every house number that you drop to in the first column. We do have these fancy little retailing books. I'm sure you can see that. This is from some recent blanket drop-in that I have been doing. I think it's not that one, it's here somewhere. And so you're going to, this is a copy here, write your name across the top, put the date that you've dropped, and write the house numbers in how you drop them. You may go from this road into another little cul-de-sac, and you're just going to write the numbers as you walk. That's going to make it much easier when you collect them. Like I said, stay left or right and just work your way in and out, and don't leave any doorstops out, even if they have signs that say no doorstop sellers or anything like that. Even those houses with the long drives that are tucked away, you don't know where your customers are. Unfortunately, we don't have little gold stickers on the front doors of the customers out there. We have to go and find them. So now you've dropped them, you're going to go back the following day, or depending on your plan, because if you can't go tomorrow, then obviously change your slip, let it say when you're going to go back, and go back when you say that you are going to go back. Please, please, please don't be tempted to knock on your first time. You will pop this little slip through the letterbox. It lets the person know that you have been to collect your catalogue. It's crucial to communicate. It's crucial that we build our reputation. We show that we're going back when we say we're going to go back. So this little slip is like magic. It will train them to leave the catalogue out on the doorstep. And this makes it much quicker and slicker for you to go back every time. Now, what I do suggest that you do, though, is please use a ruler or a kitchen spatula. There are sometimes little silent doggies behind the letterbox, so pop the slips through the letterbox with a plastic ruler, or at most your little wet book or something like that, a catalogue. I do know there are people who have had their fingers nipped. So when we record our first pickup, it's dead simple, and we keep the system simple because that's what duplicates. We know simplicity is what duplicates, don't we? So recording our first pickup, we are going to tick when we pick that book up. It's on the doorstep, it gets a tick. We know that we've got it. If we've popped a slip through the letterbox, it wasn't on the doorstep, then we are going to put an S. That's where we know that we need to go back to the following day, or when we slip them the day that we've told them that we're going back. If they have ordered, write an O in your book. It really helps when you do get back. If you do happen to get an order form that you've missed and there's no address on it, it will help you to track that back. And it will show that you are building customers every time you go. If they ask you not to come back next time, then please just simply cross them off. It is a matter of crossing off those that don't want and finding the customers that want to order from you. So now we're going to go back on our second collection. We've slipped them. We're going to go back. We've got our retailing book with us. We're going back to all of those S's. This time, it's time to knock. We do want our books back. We do need to train them to leave them outside on the doorsteps for you. And so this time, introduce yourself. Say, hi, I'm Helen. I'm just calling to collect my Oriflame catalogue. If you've finished with it, that's crucial. They may want to keep it longer. So just ask if they have finished with it. When they hand it back, just ask, is there anything that I can get you this time? And you know, there's always, sometimes they give it back and they think, actually, there is something that I wanted. So, and if there isn't, that's absolutely fine. Just say thank you, and I'll be back in 3 weeks with a new book. Do me a favor, next time, can you just pop it on the doorstep? And then I don't have to disturb you. This is all part of training them up. Now, your wet book. Okay, you carry on in this little box and you would put a little tick next to the S if you've now got it back. If you have slipped it again, then it would have two S's in the box here. And then if they have ordered this time, you would have an S and an O in the box. If they then come back and say, don't come back next time, obviously we cross them off. Now we do have a slip when you go back. Sometimes I will triple slip, sometimes I will four slip. If I know I'm going to go back to that area, I will keep putting slips through the door. When I know I'm not going to go back to that road, I will use this sort of last call slip, and it lets the customer know I've called, I've missed them. But if there is something that they do want from me, they can simply call and let me know. So just let them know that the last date of the catalogue. They may be away on holiday, they may have been in hospital, they may have missed you, and I have had orders from doing this, so just let them know that you've missed them. It's their last chance, if you like, it's your last chance to see if they want to order from you. Now, we would blanket drop an area and we would go back every 3 weeks and we would go 4 to 6 times, okay? And this is giving customers time to see you, time to understand that you are regular and reliable. But once we have been back 4 to 6 times, we want to now expand our area. We want to find new customers. We're going to continue to build that customer base. So we have a last drop slip. This slip just goes into the catalogue and it gives any potential customers that haven't yet ordered that chance to stay on your drop. So you simply let them know that you're going to be moving on to a new area. You're going to be coming back to service those people that have ordered. And if they'd like to still continue to get a catalogue, they can pop their details on there for you. Just a couple of do's and don'ts. So do make sure that you ignore any of those do not buy or sell or junk mail signs on the door. Unless it specifically says no catalogues, pop your catalogues through the letterboxes. Please ignore any other catalogue distributors. There is plenty of room for everyone. Now and again, we'll come across other catalogues. Stick to your plan. You do not know if other distributors have the stickability that you have, and people buy from people. They have different buying days. So I know when we first started, and it was in our other business, we had 6 distributors delivering the same catalogues in the same area, and we were all picking up customers. It's just crazy. I would always suggest using a trolley if you're doing lots of catalogues, or maybe a pram because it's quicker and slicker. Work local and go back to that same road every 3 weeks. Don't keep expanding and finding new areas or thinking I'm going back too quick. We keep going back every 3 weeks till we've been back that 6 times. You're going to build a strong customer base with a number of customers on the same road instead of flitting and being on lots of different roads. Talk to people that are in the gardens. You'll be amazed at how many people, even if you just say, oh my word, the weather's atrocious today, or oh my gosh, you've got a gorgeous garden. People respond to those things, and it's incredible how those people will be your customers. You know, it's funny how you sort of talk to them in the garden and you come back and they're the ones that tend to order from you. Make sure that you park in sensible places if you are going in your car, obviously to reload your catalogue. So if it's a big long road that's got houses on both sides, park in the middle and do 2 loops. Load up. You know, you can probably carry 20, 30 catalogues, but take a rucksack if you're carrying them. Use your trolley, load them up, go up and round, and then reload, and then up and round. So dress for the weather, all of those sensible things. Don't be rude. Like, people are watching you, and they are watching you more than ever now. Everybody's got the Ring doorbell. They can see you walking up the path. So smile, be polite. If people say they don't want a catalogue from you, say thank you so much for letting me know. That is such a big help. I can cross you off and I won't disturb you again. Please don't prejudge houses. You will get customers in all of the houses, the big posh houses and even the scruffy ones. And I could tell you a few stories about the houses that we have been to over the years. Don't ask people if they would like a catalogue. Assume that they are having one. If they are out in the garden, just say, I'm just dropping your catalogue off. So it's an assumption that they are getting one. If you ask, you open up yourself to a no. So as we build a customer base, and a customer base ultimately is all of those customers that you are collecting. We want to add customers to our customer record sheet every time we get a new customer. One, it creates excitement. You can see how your customer base is building. Two, I create a customer base drop, even whilst blanket drop in an area, so that I can do customers on a drop. And I'm going to go into customer base drop. We leave the catalogue slightly longer, and there's lots of other things that we can do for customer base drop on a future training coming up in a couple of weeks. But what we want to do really is to put those customers that we're getting into a drop and leave them a couple of days, maybe give them some samples and things. Make sure that they've got a brand new catalogue. If we're using new catalogues, a customer definitely gets a brand new catalogue, and let them know when we're coming back. So, and we want to do that at the beginning of the campaign. Then we've got our catalogues that we pick up from those to put into blanket drop-in and finding new customers. Once you've dropped, I would say a minimum 4 times. I'd actually say to go back 6 times. You are just going to go back to the people on this list. That is a customer base. Those are your customers. We have slightly different slips that we put in the catalogues then that let them know when we're going to go back. So in here, this is one that's done for all 17 campaigns, and you simply put the date in and let them know when you are coming back to collect. And I have a spreadsheet. So if you love spreadsheets, this is a great way to keep your customers' records. I have all my customers in order. I have every order that they have ordered from me. I know what my customers have spent with me for the last 18 years. This just helps me to understand who's spending with me. If I need to, I keep records and things. I photograph the order forms that customers have, and I save them into a little folder. So if I ever get a query from my customers, I know what shade of foundation they like. I know what the sample of the perfume was. So keeping all of those records and notes is really, really crucial to good customer care. Customer deliveries, make sure you get organised before everything arrives. Put your order forms in order. Make sure that you've got bags to put everything in. Print off your slips ready. Use this opportunity also for an unboxing video for posting on social media, showing how you've got these customers. I always put pictures and videos of my orders on the table, like you can see here. It just shows other people that the potential of the business as well. I use empty boxes to put the customer delivery bags in so that that's easy to pop in my car. And make sure that you have a float. You'll need some change. I do now take payments like PayPal payments off customers. I wouldn't suggest that when you are new. You will want to apply for your credit facility so that you can collect these orders in, put them on the system, they get delivered to you on trust. You can go deliver the products to your customers. They pay you on delivery. You take your commission, your cash in your pocket, and you pay your invoice off with Oriflame. So just a couple of benefits of customer base, and I'm going to go into a much deeper training in a couple of weeks on this. I now do 1 drop per campaign. I think my customer base takes me now 10, maximum 15 hours a campaign. I'm earning £300. That is £30 an hour that it takes me to do that. I have trained my customers to WhatsApp me, call me, and email me their orders each campaign. I have regular orders. I know my average orders. I have built amazing friendships and have so many stories I could tell if I had more time. I have an income producing asset that I have built. And as long as I service those customers, I am going to keep getting paid that £30 an hour. They join our team. I've had customers that have joined my team. So my top tip is just be the best. Be better than all of the rest. You've got to stand out in the crowd. So thank you for listening to me. Go set your goals, make your plans, chase your dreams. Look at the training on the website. If you have an upline that has a system, please follow their system. I do have a handout and some notes and tips that I'll pop in later today. I will be back, like I said, in a couple of weeks to share more tips for building a really strong customer base and all the top tricks and tips for being quicker and slicker. And if you do need any help with this, then please feel free to message me. I absolutely love helping people to build customer bases. And if you're local, I'll probably even come out and do some blanket dropping with you. I've loved that my mum's dead local and that we've been out blanket dropping together. I've loved that I've been able to help my mum build a customer base that's give her that income that I showed you earlier. And I would love to help you too. So thank you very much. If you've got any questions, then please pop them in the comments below or message me privately. Thank you. Take care and have a fabulous day. Let's go build this business. Let's go build your income producing asset. Let's go build it now.